Some artists come on and almost try to make this type of music, and it is droning, and I'm not a fan, like how I am with Kenji. But it's when you hear his vocal performance, it's like it really does come from his soul, and then you hear him like hit a note, but then the next time, like, you're like, wow, that was good, and then the next time it comes around, it's like a fucking like one-upper where he's like, no, like, I'm gonna one-up myself continuously. Hi, my name is Garrett. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Today we are talking about Kenji. Kenji has been on this channel before with his last EP, which was called Tears and Pistols, not Pistols and Tears. That is the name of the song. Great album, one of my favorites of this year. But just before this year is over, Kenji is coming back with another one, just to you know, remind us that this guy can undoubtedly probably just churn out albums if he wanted to. I mentioned that in the last reaction or review. Is the ability of this guy is so impressive, especially for that being a debut mixtape, but they all just feel so free flowing. All the songs feel like they could just be churned out at the cusp of a tongue, just because that guy's brain just feels like it's engineered just to make songs and produce hits. And where this will go, it's still up in the air, but with the satisfaction of Internet Money and the whole crew, especially for Kenji, this guy is getting a lot of plays on this album in particular. I think in the first like 3 days it had 500,000 plays via Spotify, so include all the other DSPs, and you're definitely building a fan base here. He's been put on a couple playlists, and I don't know, man, the peoples are gonna tell us if we want more Kenji. I personally do, and I'm very excited to check out this next album, which is called Race Me to Hell. The cover art is just as good as the first one, and I think we should just jump right into this thing. If you're new to this channel, these are reactions and reviews. I basically make a podcast with an album, so the guest of this podcast is the album. I pause it every other time that I want to, and I just break down exactly how I'm feeling. Never heard this album before, so we're gonna listen to it together. If you could, if I did earn your subscription, that would be awesome. If not, no worries. Take care of yourselves. I appreciate you stopping by. But looking at the first track on this, we have the song Hills. I think we, again, should just jump right into this thing. Let's go. Kenji, Hills. Let's go.
Bugging a bitch out of hill. I'm getting money for real. Scope me the AR, got no range. Shooting that boy, he can't hide in the hill. Counting up blue money, Benjamin Bill. Smoking the strongest, kill. Sipping on jet, niggas thought I was ill. I'm too high, so I can't feel. I'm too numb, so I can't feel. Fucking that bitch out of hill. Scope me the AR, got no range. Shooting that boy, he can't hide in the hill. Counting up blue money, Benjamin Bill. Smoking the strongest, kill. Sipping on jet, niggas thought I was ill. I'm too numb, so I can't feel. Fucking that bitch out of hills. I get fucked up, hoes say hide and suck. Told her I'ma beat it, hit her pussy with a uppercut. Pow. Sound like I want my shoulders in a cut. All my hitters run amok, they don't give a motherfuck. Yeah, geeking off this codeine punch. Flew her out and fuck her once. Haters keep on speaking on me, they can eat my dick for lunch. Like cabbage with some Captain Crunch. White hole like the Brady Bunch. Stupid pressure, purple runs.
So much about Kenji that wows me is that none of this has never been done before, really. Like, the beats all sound like something that we've heard before. The vocal performance is very reminiscent of a lot of stuff. The sing rap is definitely not littered across the whole scape of rap, but still, Kenji comes across as just something that's new and fresh for me, and I don't know what it is, but it's just masterful, man, and I'm here for it.
Fear no nigga, my stick got flashlight, I can see in the dark. She gon' ride me like a wave, cause I be drowning in designer. Fear no nigga, my stick got ledge beam, I'm right on mark. She gon' fuck with me in gang, cause we stack money up way higher. Scope me the AR, got no range. Shooting that boy, he can't hide in the hill. Counting up blue money, Benjamin Bill. Smoking the strongest, kill. Sipping on jet, niggas thought I was ill. I'm too high, so I can't feel. I'm too numb, so I can't feel. Fucking that bitch out of hill. Scope me the AR, got no range. Shooting that boy, he can't hide in the hill. Counting up blue money, Benjamin Bill. Smoking the strongest, kill. Sipping on jet, niggas thought I was ill. I'm too numb, so I can't feel. Fucking that bitch out of hills.
I'm a fan. And he's doing it again with these long interludes to close it out, man. On his last album, I couldn't help but just be very much infected by, like, his weird, like, drawn out, like, outros that were just these like sometimes just like piano keys playing, or just he would let the beat ride, but it almost felt like there would be a section for rappers to really like throw something in there like they usually do. But with Dro Kenji, he almost like admires the atmosphere of his music enough to just like let things ride how they are. And in an album sense, I appreciate it because it allows you to stitch together these tracks in a lot of more like an easier fashion, almost like you need to listen to the whole product. Like the product isn't Hills, the product is Race Me to Hell, and that alone I love, man. I fucking love that. But as far as an intro track, perfect. I think that really does set the tone and let you know if this is your first time listening to Dro Kenji, you shouldn't be this late. And if you are here, we're happy to have you, and just keep on going. You know what I mean? Like this sets the tone very well for what you're going to get. Track number 2, we're looking at Alien Outside.
See the water falling down my window, water falling down my window. I think there's an alien outside. I think there's a monster outside. And I'm floating off this potion. I'm higher than I ever been before. So far up like I don't fall with the floor. Why you keep on trying to bug me, bitch? You know I ignore. And I'm floating off this potion. I'm higher than I ever been before. So far up like I don't fall with the floor. They love how I spend this money pocket watching Lahore.
That's just the kicker, I think. To answer my own question from earlier in this podcast was basically like, why is it so refreshing when I listen to this guy's music when it is a bunch of shit that I feel like I have heard before and almost should be like just droning at this point? And some artists come on and almost try to make this type of music, and it is droning, and I'm not a fan, like how I am with Dro Kenji. But it's when you hear his vocal performance, it's like it really does come from his soul, and then you hear him like hit a note, but then the next time, like, you're like, wow, that was good, and then the next time it comes around, it's like a fucking like one-upper where he's like, no, like I'm gonna one-up myself continuously. It's like he's pushing his vocal performance. And I don't know, just that little section that we just heard, that shows what I'm talking about. It's like, great note, even better note, just fucking kills it and just hits you across the head with this haymaker. And, you know, dude, like, it's like a sparring contest with his own vocal performance. And I appreciate it very much so. And he does it well.
Yeah. And I'm gliding like a bird today. Whole city on drugs, hey. Little shawty putting birds away. Shawty know that I'm a groovy little nigga. I keep tears and pistolas for all the evil opposition. I pray the Lord keep my sins from around me. Took me back to her telly and suck my dick until she hiccup. I had a meeting with the devil. He said he wanted my soul. But you know that I won't let him. Yeah. And I'm floating off this potion. I'm higher than I ever been before. So far up like I don't fall with the floor. Why you keep on trying to bug me, bitch? You know I ignore. And I'm floating off this potion. I'm higher than I ever been before. So far up like I don't fall with the floor. They love how I spend this money pocket watching Lahore.
I mean, it just like rides out. He just lets it exist. And this whole album is not very long either. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 26 minutes in runtime with 14 tracks is kind of crazy. So they're going to be short, they're going to be concise, they're going to be tight-knit tracks, hopefully. And that really does complement what he does, man. It's just like, it really just feels so free-flowing, like this is what he's here to do. And all these tracks, you know, there is a lot of similarities between them, and like I am interested to see how this album expands, hopefully. But every time he comes out and shows out, it very much is in genre, in brand, and you're just like, well, it's dime a dozen. Like, none of them are bad, in my opinion, especially on that last album. It was just like, I don't know, like 8 tracks, I think, of just fucking... Just beauty, man. Just like a big coming out party existed on Tears and Pistols, and now I'm really interested on this sophomore project release to see where this kind of just grows into, man. And I'm fucking loving it so far. You know, you had like nothing is over the top, and it's very much just like, I'm here to show you what I can do. And especially when you're a new artist, giving the people a couple projects to fuck with at the beginning is very important, because you need to have a diverse catalog. You need to have a deep catalog, so that if someone does find you off of like a hit song or like a song off a playlist, then they're going to be there and they're going to have so much to fuck with. And I think that's very important sometimes. And Dro Kenji, I think, is really masterminding a potential just algorithm breaker, where it's like, once there's a lot of fans, because there's going to be 2 projects in such a close amount of time, like in 2021, like his numbers are just going to turn into exponents and just keep expanding and expanding and expanding. And it's smart business-wise, in my opinion. Track number 3, what we're looking at is Houdini. I believe this was the debut single, or like the lead single for this project. So let's check it out.
Yeah, hey, slide in here block, I'ma blow like confetti. She said she wanna have my baby, but she not ready. Slide with me back to my telly, counting this fetty. I try to show love, but they didn't let me. I might just suicide. I dropped the 20 on road day. Oh, now the hoes coming in by toes. Fuck on that hoe, now she act like she need me. Hit on my phone, oh, she wanted some weenie. Bitch, I'm blurry off the peach codini. Take a soda, disappear like Houdini. Count up a motherfucking check. Fucking that bitch from the back like yes.
So this is the expansion that I was mentioning, or trying to foresee into this album. Like this is a lead single. This is why it existed before the rest of the project. But the way that this just carries this energy and his flow switch ups, and like, again, there's so much there that isn't like groundbreaking to the genre of rap. But Dro Kenji's presence in the genre of rap is what is just driving me to be such a huge fan. It's like, we need him right now. We need him right now, man.
Fuck strong ass weed, I'm flying like a jet. Met her last night, but I'm fucking her neck. I keep a stick in this big body coupe. If I pull up on you, better duck, bitch. I do this shit and I don't even try. Had to tell her I don't need no luck, bitch. I'm flexing on niggas and watching them cry. They'll probably try to run up. Shawty just came in with her and her brand. She got in the booty on her like a dump truck. They tryna flex, but they not us. I took your lady to Pride, dog. Stuck in my ways and this money come in fast. Slide in here block, I'ma blow like confetti. She said she wanna have my baby, but she not ready. Slide with me back to my telly. Let's have a party. She gave me 6 kids, no melly. I'm on a mission, I'm counting this fetty. I try to show love, but they didn't let me. I might just suicide that hoe with all these diamond chains. I told her come hop in this coupe and smoke on this dopey. Let's go to the moon. I dropped the 20 on road day. Oh, now the hoes coming in by toes. Fuck on that hoe, now she act like she need me. Hit on my phone, oh, she wanted some weenie. Bitch, I'm blurry off the.
Yes, sir. So if that's the one that I've been seeing, I believe it is the one that's getting placed on playlists. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that a 1 minute and 52-second track will be run back a couple times. Because, I don't know, man. Like, you get people in a bunch of different markets when you hit those playlists. I understand why they're so important. I just kind of hate how much they dictate, like, Billboard charting sometimes. To where you're, like, looking at Billboard charting. You'll see one track get added to a playlist, it charts at like 63, and then once it gets removed, it's just nowhere to be found. And I don't think that's like a coincidence based on how many times that happens. I don't think Dro Kenji's going to have any problem. Again, like, I think just like the power of numbers, and like, again, this guy is exponential growth. Like, it is going to pop one day, and it's going to just be, that's just what it is. Like, Dro Kenji is just a household name very shortly, in my opinion. And it'll take just one track, man. One track, and it'll be like Billboard Top 10, the catchiest shit of the world, and the rest will be history. Like, this guy just impresses me, man. And I've really only heard, what, if you include the last album, like 10 tracks from this guy, and I'm just so excited for the future. And I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Track number 4, this is Up. Let's go.
Yo, was you already white top down? Yo, wish you alright when I talk down. A lot of problems every day, but I just need to calm down. My head hurt from all the painful thoughts. I'll give you one more chance, and then you're back at the start. Whoa, yeah. We go up, rich as fuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. I don't really give a fuck about these niggas, no, I'll go all the way to outer space and badges for a check. You don't you let me down. I smoke a lot, yeah, I'm a vet. I'm aiming at your crown. I keep some hollows in his tape. Yeah.
Like that, bro. Like those moments where he hits this, like, again, I'm not that musically trained to where I'm like confident that that's a falsetto, but like is equivalent to a falsetto as you could get in sing rap. Like, this is a fucking like singer in the body of like one of the craziest just like flow givers in the world, man. Like, this guy is just a performer, and I love it, dude. Like, again, it's just a sparring match with his own vocals, like trying to just one-up himself multiple times throughout one track, and it impresses me, man. It's so refreshing.
At a 40 started busting, made a whirlpool. I'm in a foreign getting Becky, I'm hella cool. I'm smoking Mary in a function, I don't know the rule. Not for real, I really do, but I like acting cool. Yeah, I'm with your home ready with my tongue down. A lot of problems every day, but I just need to calm down. My head hurt from all the painful thoughts. I'll give you one more chance, and then you're back at the start. Whoa, yeah. We go up, rich as fuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. I don't really give a fuck about these niggas, no. Really only give a fuck about these figures. Yeah, I was your home riding with my top down. A lot of problems every day, but I just need to calm down. My head hurt from all the painful thoughts. I'll give you one more chance, and then you're back at the start. Whoa, yeah. We go up, rich as fuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. I don't really give a fuck about these niggas, no. Really only give a fuck about these figures, y'all.
No interlude to write us out that time. We're getting a straight up echo. An echo, bros. That's what we're getting here. That just impressed me again, because I'm forgetting how short these songs are, but they're really coming together like they're just longer because they're so catchy, and he just has a way to like just comfortably exist in the pocket that he's creating. And it's like he can throw up a bunch of different vocal like switch ups as well as flow switch ups, but then when you're really like thinking about it, you're like, man, he got so much like in there as a concept to where I'm singing along 45 seconds in and there's only 30 seconds left in the track sometimes, and it just blows my mind. Like, this guy is just fucking so much fun to listen to, man. It really is. But next up on Race Me to Hell, the album by Kenji, we have Feel For You, my friends.
If I find this perky, it's gonna put me in the sky. I would love to say I love you, but it don't feel right. It's only me,
coming in hot.
Myself and I would love to say I miss you, but I cannot lie. Take away from how I feel for you. I'm still all by my lonely. Play me like a hoe and throw my heart outside. I won't trust a bitch again until the day I die. Wash away my sadness, I'm sipping on this Barney. That bitch gon' ride, she told me she be getting horny. Watching all the money, only love my Tommy. Mikey in the cut, I call him Mikey with the shotty. Blessing tryna shield my heart from all these evil thoughties. Run down on my demons, let the blamer go retarded. Doing all I can to protect my energy. I don't think that it's enough, the devil catching up to me. If I find this perky, it's gon' put me in the sky. I would love to say I love you, but it don't feel right. It's only me, myself, and I would love to say I miss you, but I cannot lie. Take away from how I feel for you. I'm still all by my lonely. Play me like a hoe and throw my heart outside. I won't trust a bitch again until the day I die.
That might be the shortest track on this album. That was very quick, but it came across like it was almost like a sermon. Like he's here to just like get this off his chest in front of himself in like a mirror, where he's, and like that cool vocal effect that it was like a vocoder, and it was just like I don't know, Mr. Roboto sticks, but to the equivalent of like singing like a motherfucker and that shit. I don't know, man. Like, that track wasn't very long and didn't really do that much or say that much. But still, I am just infected by his ability to create a track like that. So it's such a conflicting thing where it's like nothing here has existed as like something like, it's just normal for Kenji. Like, it's just normal. So it just feels like we're on track 6 or whatever this is. What is this? Track number? Yeah, that was track number 5. But I just mean that, like, it feels like we're just existing in this album, and they're all just like different facets of what Kenji is trying to get across. And like that one just felt like he was just almost getting this message of like, hey, I will not cry or whatever. Like, he's just saying like, I know I feel this way and I got to look myself in the mirror one time and just get this off my chest. I'm going to give myself 1 minute and 30 seconds to explain how I feel, and then we're never going to talk about it again. And I just love that as a concept. Going forward though, we are looking at track number 6, which is Wanted to Be. This is Dro Kenji, Race Me to Hell. Let's go.
Nick, you're stupid.
Yeah, as soon as I touch down, I fuck on hoes, that nigga said they know. Higher than an astronaut, I'm way too far to go back. Gotta stick with me right now, and this bitch will blow you down. Smoking out, I can't come down. Sipping lean, got me stuck on the cloud. I can't sleep, I can't breathe. I really got with you, no baby, I don't want you to leave. And I want peace, but you're acting as if I never treat you like the queen you wanted to be. Honey, on that interstate, took her on a dinner date. Cheddar in her face, I get hot like outer space, and it's up from the outer banks. Suck it, give me sloppy face. My bitch got a pretty face. Target practice every day.
Like, I feel like this guy just knows how to rhyme so much better than everybody else, and there's just something about that. Like, again, he just exists in his pocket. He can switch his flow, but still, like, the rhyme pattern and the rhyme scheme are just so like easy to listen to and really catch your eye, because it's like, I don't know, man. Like, again, it's just Dro Kenji doing Dro Kenji shit, man, and I love it.
And my money getting longer than yours. I can never trust again, I got no love for these whores. Screaming, yeah, like I heard fucking up her vocal cords. This thotty tripping, keep on calling while I'm trying to record. Yeah, as soon as I touch down, I fuck on hoes, that nigga said they know. Higher than an astronaut, I'm way too far to go back. Gotta stick with me right now, and this bitch will blow you down. Smoking out, I can't come down. Sipping lean, got me stuck on the cloud. I can't sleep, I can't breathe. I really got with you, no baby, I don't want you to leave. You're acting as if I never treat you like the queen you wanted to be.
This album is just very easy. Very easy. It's like pages out of a book. Like, you're just progressing through chapters, and he's just letting you know exactly what he wants to. Getting in, getting out. Like, there really isn't that much. And what I want more of is like a personality. And I know that's weird, but like, there's something about it where when it does like feel like it's just churned out so easily, there's almost like a factory feel to Dro Kenji, where it's like all these tracks are so quick. And I know that quick songs and shorter songs are like the way to go. So marketing wise, like, Dro Kenji is a 10 out of 10. He's an amalgamation of things that should just work. So, like, it really is up to the people to make it work. Like, that is the last step. Like, all the groundwork and foundation has been built. But in the end, like, I really just want a little bit more of, like, a personality out of this guy. Because I don't understand. Like, I get the brand, but at the same time, like, if I have to give any, like, type of criticism, it's just, like, who is Dro Kenji? Because even when I watch his lives, like, I don't feel it, man. But, like, maybe that's just him. And, like, that's it. And like, that's totally cool, because you make good enough music to exist anyways, man. But it's just something I wanted to think about. Like, I don't know, there's something to that. Like, there's something there that is just like feels hollower than the musical ability and the replayability of Dro Kenji as an artist. But I have no doubt that this will work, and as he expands and grows as an artist, we're only going to learn more. And that whole sentence, that rant that I just went on, will be fucking an idiotic thing to exist on the internet. And I'm okay with that. But at this point, like, I want an expansion outwards rather than like just straightforward, because I feel like his straightforward trajectory is just so fucking solid. Like, it's just a matter of time, if we will. Next up though, we do have track number 7. This is Limousine. Let's go. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I've been putting rats aside, tied up whores that just waste my time, fight up. Told her I could bless her life tonight. I know how to make her wanna stay tonight. Dizzy up the drugs that confusing me. Thought I fell in love, but I told a 3 on bliss. Young feeling in between. Being humble or fucking her limousine. They don't know what's going on with me. When I leave my house, I always keep like 2 or 3 on me. Bliss, young feeling in between. Being humble or fucking her in a limousine. When I pull up in your city, hide your daughter. Throwing big stacks of money, make it taller. I'm drunk, sipping all this Hennessy. I be praying that my angels watching over me. Come on, get lost in time, get lost in time. Why not? Cause you're with me, with me. Don't you tell me you've been sharing your love. Cause it be feeling like a dream every time that we talk. I've been putting rats aside, tired of whores that just waste my time. You fight up. Told her I could bless her life tonight. I know how to make her wanna stay tonight. Dizzy up the drugs that confusing me. Thought I fell in love with like 2 or 3 on bliss. Young feeling in between. Being humble or fucking her in a limousine. They don't know what's going on with me. When I leave my house, I always keep like 2 or 3 on me. Bliss, young feeling in between. Being humble or fucking her in a limousine.
Like, oh my god, dude. Like, there we go with those interludes. Back at it again. So, as far as like the formula of Dro Kenji, it's Krabby Patty level. Like, it's untouchable. That's the secret formula. You know what I mean? Like, that sauce is just there, and it's just flowing through his blood, man. And that alone is just like round of applause. But like, again, dude, like I have this thing where I want to know how this guy isn't signed. Because off of that last album, there has had to have been a bunch of labels knocking on the door. And if he's truly not answering, and this album is distributed by DistroKid, and that could honestly be like a label tactic, and he's having the help of the Internet Money Camp. So this guy will have no problem making connections, and this guy will have no problem like getting money to produce stuff. Like, that won't be an issue. But if he's truly just trying to own everything on like an honest level, that's very, very cool. And if Taz Taylor is cool enough to just let him work in their house, like in-house, and have this be like an in-house production without actually directly owning anything, like, I don't know if I buy that, but I do think that's very cool. Sorry, beer. But I just think that there's got to be so many labels knocking on this door. And once this formula exists within a label's house, one, I won't be able to make these videos. So like, you know, the last one didn't get flagged at all, and I appreciated that. So that almost makes me feel like there is something there, because I've seen so many artists where they boast like, hey, I'm independent, what are you talking about? And I make a video and then WMG like just flags it. I'm like, well, you're not independent, man, because there wouldn't be a guy in a suit clicking flag on my video, or however it works. You know what I mean? Like, there's something there. And I've seen independent artists, though, also where they're able to pay enough forward to where they can actually have the videos flagged themselves and pay for that service. But at the beginning, most people can't afford that or aren't thinking like that. So it can go both ways. Like, I'm not to say that just because this guy works with Taz Taylor, he's not independent. But the minute that happens, once you get Dro Kenji in a studio with somebody who just naturally bleeds plays just through like the popularity of their career, or just like one of those label heavy fucking rappers, like, it will be unstoppable. I promise you that. Like, getting this guy on any hook on any album will be a treat for their audience, but also will let them acknowledge that Dro Kenji can fucking just perform. And a lot of times, I would argue, outperform the people that he could be collaborating with. So we're really in a special infancy spot, and it's very special to see somebody like have so much professionalism, be surrounded by so much professionalism, but not be contaminated by the hand that is the label, and not necessarily needing them to feed you. I think that's very fucking cool. And if that is the perfect world that we are living in, then like, again, just hats off, brother, because like, this is impressive. Going forward, though, we do have the track Over. Let's go.
Nick, you're stupid.
Love me now. Do you trust me now? I've been running from my problem. Ain't no love around. Bet we can take a trip to Saturn. I'm so high in the sky. Like, why this hoe keep trying to test me? I'm too gone to reply. I got a mirror on my jeans. I'm so fly. Then she like me. I just put up in a Rover. Don't want no thoughts around. These bitches got me wanting me a wife. Don't you tell me that it's over. Sipping lean, had a flag. Had to keep her in the past. I met
Have you ever seen someone chop onions when they're professional? It's just like da, 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 da. It's like that is how his music sounds. It's just like segment, 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 and it's so tight knit that you can't help but just bop your head and just be like, no, this is brilliant. This is fucking it. But I just want to see this guy's recording process, and I've seen a few things in like through Instagram lives to where he's like in the studio and just like. It's real. Like this guy just flows off the top sometimes, and it is impressive. So I'll give him that.
Spare me now. She said my wish was her command. Your love tearing me now. I'm changing hoes like different strands. My demon staring now. Can you protect me with your hands? Army bigger than Iran. He saw my gang and should've ran. Love me now. Do you trust me now? I've been running from my problem. Ain't no love around. Bet we can take a trip to Saturn. I'm so high in the sky. Like why this hoe keep trying to test me? I'm too gonna reply. I gotta be.
When he says sky, it's like sky. Like his voice is almost cracking, but it's in key still. That is the fucking impressive part, bro.
These are so fly that she like me. I just put a bit of rubber. Don't want no dust around these bitches. Got me wanting me a wife. Don't you tell me that it's over. Sipping lean, had a flash, had to keep her in the past. I met your girlfriend at a party and she loves to shake her ass. Don't want no dust around these bitches. Got me wanting me a wife. Don't you tell me that it's over.
I mean, I like that song. I think that was produced by Nick Muir, if I'm not mistaken, and that song should be on a playlist as well. I think that one would do fantastic numbers and do a lot for just the concept of Dro Kenji, because the point of putting him on a playlist from the perspective of like anybody who's handling him on a team level, like I assume you're looking for that track that will make people go and listen to this album that is very easy to listen to, very easy to digest, and sounds a lot similar to a lot of the example tracks that you would put on a playlist. And that's the thing is like he never derives too far. Like the deviation between Dro Kenji like single songs and the rest of the album isn't that far to where it's so easy to picture somebody finding him on a playlist, going to the album, hitting play, and getting through the whole thing. And that is a fucking quest that any rapper would want to have happen. Like I promise you, that is the golden key. And it just feels like with these tracks sitting at about like 2,000 plays on his Topic channel, it really like just questions why there isn't like more music video style stuff for him. I feel like a music video would do wonders, and like there's a lot to the marketing that is A+, but then there's a lot to the marketing where I'm like, well, how did this happen? Or like, why is this move in particular existing? And that's okay. I'm just a dumbass in my fucking bedroom recording in front of a webcam. So like, it's okay that I don't have all the answers. I'm just saying these are questions that bring up for why like the playlist will do wonders, but also someone looking him up on YouTube and getting a fucking face to this music is a very important thing as well. And if there is a Dro Kenji music video, I missed it, and I'm sorry, guys. But, like, I think I saw Taz say, like, Lyrical Lemonade and Dro Kenji needs to happen, and, like, that's the thing that would just, that would make everything I just said, like, happen. Like, I promise you, if he got on Cole Bennett's channel, this is the audience for his music, and this would do numbers, no matter what. So, if that happens, that's the ticket, my friends. But I really do think that just having a Dro Kenji channel where he's making music videos for the better part of these, and they don't have to be high budget, is also the ticket. I think just having content out there, especially as an independent artist, is way more important than just having a Topic channel with your album art on there and like potentially having people upload your tracks on like these random fucking YouTube channels. I just, you know, like there's something there that I don't get why that doesn't exist. And it's not like I'm a genius to where I'm the only person in his camp that has said that. And I don't know. Like if you're waiting for that big break where it's like the equivalent to what World Star, like debuting your music video on World Star in like 2013 was a huge deal. Cole Bennett is now that equivalent. So if that's what you're waiting for, your big fucking break with this big track, then like go for it, man. Like that will do it. But I think you're missing an opportunity as well by not just going like quantity over quality, and you know, to each its own. But going forward, we are on track number 9. This is Never Loved Me. Let's go.
This is what you cooking.
Let's be honest, you never loved me. I wonder, anxious, and how you leave me. Let's be honest, you never feelings cause it's easier than fucking with them. I just popped a perk, you know I'm feeling like a super villain. Drugs in my system, I feel A-okay. I hate your love, but I want you to stay. No, don't you hurt me. My demons lurking, and they always working, and they always hurt me. They always hurt me. I'm in a pool with all my feelings in the water to murking. I'm still trying to get rid of all the memories I have of all the shit that's in the past. Let's be honest, you never loved me. I wonder, anxious, in how you leave me. Let's be honest, you never loved me. I wonder, anxious, in how you leave me.
So that was like literally a minute and 30 seconds. Super quick, in and out. But the ability to fit like 3 hooks into that fucking short amount of time is very impressive. And if it was 2, like it felt like 3. So that again is very impressive from a listener's perspective. Like this guy is such a reliable narrator in his music to where you just trust him. Like once you get to the point where you like are a fan, you're just here and it just seems like he's not going to fail. Like even if like one track doesn't do it for you, like in particular, that track for me is like one of my favorites of the whole album. And I can't even like really put into words why, because it was only a minute and 30 seconds. It was there and then it was gone. But what I can tell you is that like my favorite track from Tears and Pistols is Hey, and that track is like one of the last ones on the track listing. It's one of those ones that I feel like in my listening I may have just like overlooked, but there's something about like where he's screaming or like singing into the mic and just saying like hey, like it resonates, and it doesn't really hit you I think until a couple listens. But that this track will feel the same way, I feel like. Shout out to that one. Going forward, though, we're on track number 10, maybe? This is Acting on Race Me to Hell by Joe Kenji. Let's go.
Nick, you're stupid.
My heart gets so cold, fucking that bitch in a new mink coat. Took racks out of bank, bought a brand new hoe. I ain't never need a bitch, put it on my soul. Why you be acting like me and my money don't get you upset? I know that this shit got you stressing. I just think it's funny, I don't gotta flex. My heart gets so cold, fucking that bitch in a new mink coat. Took racks out of bank, bought a brand new hoe. I ain't never need a bitch, put it on my soul. Why you be acting like me and my money don't get you upset? I know that this shit got you stressing. I just think it's funny, I don't gotta flex. Running up money on niggas, they falling behind. Pouring this goopy, a sip with wine. Bad little thought, but I won't make her mine. She telling me shit that I hear all the time. Me and the money like besties. Stick with me and never left me. She play with my heart like a chess piece. I don't feel no one around. I get so cold, fucking that bitch in a new mink coat. Took racks out of bank, bought a brand new hoe. I ain't never need a bitch, put it on my soul. Why you be acting like me and my money don't get you upset? I know that this shit got you stressing. I just think it's funny, I don't gotta flex. My heart gets so cold, fucking that bitch in a new mink coat. Took racks out of bank, bought a brand new hoe. I ain't never need a bitch, put it on my soul. Why you be acting like me and my money don't get you upset? I know that this shit got you stressing. I just think it's funny, I don't gotta flex.
I love the interlude or outros, bro. Like they're just good. They're just straight little interludes, and they just stitch this album very, very well, dude. Very well. No doubt about that. Joe Kenji, man. Just on a fucking roll right now. And this is what? Track 11? Yeah, this is track 11, man. And I feel like from track 8 to track 11, you're just on a roller coaster for 5 minutes. And it's so much fun, man. It's so tight-knit. There's no arguments here. Like, let me know in the comment section below, like, what is your dislikes about Joe Kenji? But obviously, like, tune in, hopefully, to just say how fucking good he is as well. I don't want this to just be a bunch of dislikes. But please, let me know in the comment section, like, what is your opinion if you were to be negative about Joe Kenji? Because it just seems like an algorithm just birthed this guy and just said, hey, let's make a lot of money in the music industry. And I love it. I love it, man. Next up, we have Mixin'. This is track number 11. Let's go.
She a little slime ball. She might fuck my odds. Foreign push start. Sip a lot of drop. Senior thotty at a party tryna take off her tube top. Marijuana loud made it feel like my heart stopped. Slime ball. She might fuck my odds. Foreign push start. Sip a lot of drop. I might float up out my body up this Henny I've been sipping. Walking on thin ice with all these drugs that I've been mixing. I know you see the diamonds on his necklace, bitch, they all been gates. I've been getting money, got a coaster on like all my hats. In the Tahoe, riding with the bros, smoking on strong, blowing Cheerios. So my bitch that I love her, I ain't fucking with these hoes. In this Glock, got a scope, put the ops in a hole. I just fucked the bitch twice, now I feel like Casanova. I don't fuck with niggas, cause they face like these hoes. I'd rather be all alone in the end,
Like that fucking transition is disgusting. It's just dirty, man. You don't have to go from this like like you don't have to do that, but you do every time, man. Like it's so much fun. Fuck.
Just me standing with my demons side by side. I had a shawty feeling for this vibe. She a slime ball. She might fuck my odds. Foreign push start. Sip a lot of drop. Senior thotty at a party tryna take off her tube top. Marijuana loud made it feel like my heart stopped. She a slime ball. She might fuck my odds. Foreign push start. Sip a lot of drop. I might float up out my body up this Henny I've been sipping. Walking on thin ice with all these drugs that I've been mixing.
That was a fun track. No doubt about it. Kenji is batting damn near 100 on this album, and I just have to acknowledge that. Like, it is just again like this factory industry feel that it's just there, but then you go to like the fucking description and there's no record label attached, and it just blows your mind because it just doesn't. This doesn't exist. This isn't real. He's a unicorn, man, and he's existing in the hip hop space free flowingly, and I love it, man. I really do. Next up, we have OK. Let's go.
I be naughty, you know why? Cause niggas tryna take my down life. Knowing they cannot get out with me, but they'll still try. They lead the way cause I don't know where to go. These niggas faking, I know. I don't trust a soul. Not a nigga nor a bitch, no. Nobody know about the damage on my heart. Whoa. Take one step away. I take a look at all my problems, then I might be okay. We are all on the same event, so they can't tell me I can't win cause they don't really know shit. No, they can't tell me I'm gon' lose cause all this cash coming in. And bitch, I bet that I'll count blue until the day that I am. I know my mama hate the fact I keep a pipe up on me. She told me slow down on them drugs before the devil call me. I see the ops, I blow they spot up like a kamikaze. Like why they hating, fuck his bitch and send her back. Them niggas hell, but I keep shells, so don't you push me to my limit. I think she tryna have my child, she go so wild when I'm up. You know I can't stay here, lay here. I was tryna find my place, yeah. Naughty, you know why? Cause niggas tryna take my down life. Knowing they cannot get out with me, but they'll still try. They lead the way cause I don't know where to go. These niggas faking, I know. I don't trust a soul. Not a nigga nor a bitch, no. Nobody know about the damage on my heart. Whoa. Take one step away. I take a look at all my problems, then I might be okay.
That track is very good too. I mean, fuck, man. Like, they're all just kind of blending together as this great book. Like, again, going back to that book reference. It's like every single one is just a chapter. But when you really put it all together in this fucking album, it really does come across as just a great piece of, like, literature, essentially. Like, this is his fucking pages that he's just filling out with, like, his words that are just coming from his soul. And the performance is always so interesting. The beats are quality. Like, I love it, man. It's just easy to listen to and just so free flowing. Again, like it just feels like this is what it is, and you just take it or you're not gonna like it. Like if you do not like this song, you will probably not like other Kenji songs, and that's okay. But I am very excited to see how this guy outperforms himself continuously and going forward on future projects. I really hope that he expands his track time, and I really hope that I just want to see him in certain positions, like where it's like, pause. I want to see him in certain atmospheres within like that a rapper would do, quote unquote, where it's like, hey, like go into a studio session with so-and-so and let's see what comes out of it. And I know that it can't always be this 1 minute and X amount of like second song. So I just want to see him like as a feature on stuff. I just want to see him exist in the rap ecosystem and see how it plays out. And that is the ultimate test right now, because him as a solo artist and him by himself just performing is so hard to beat. It really is, man. It really is. Going forward, we have the song Thumb Through. Let's go.
Nick, you're stupid.
She fell in love faster than ever before when I fucked her. I swear this bitch be on some demon time. I can never cover. Sipping his till I'm drunk off my ass. Smoking skunk till I'm high, heli pass. You gotta live your life and never listen to them. When you die, you all alone. It's only you in the end. And the money got on tight. I really blow through these bands. Having trouble trying to thumb through it all. You gotta live your life and never listen to them. When you die, you all alone. It's only you in the end. And the money got on tight. I really blow through these bands. Having trouble trying to thumb through it all. I got money on my mind like a lot as a lately. We gon' push these thoughts aside. The whole game hit, there ain't no lady. Shawty told me that she love me, then she flip, I'm feeling crazy. If I stack my money up, then it'll probably stand like 8. Little bitch, I'm over it. I'm getting sick of all you chasing. Bleeding, feeding. Little bitch, I'm over it. There's still more paper you ain't seen yet. She fell in love faster than ever before when I fucked her. I swear this bitch be on some demon time. I can never cover. Sipping his till I'm drunk off my ass. Smoking skunk till I'm high, heli pass. You gotta live your life and never listen to them. When you die, you all alone. It's only you in the end. And the money got on tight. I really blow through these bands. Having trouble trying to thumb through it all. You gotta live your life and never listen to them. When you die, you all alone. It's only you in the end. And the money got on tight. I really blow through these bands. Having trouble trying to thumb through it all.
Let it ride out. You know, man, like, what the fuck, Kenji? What the fuck, man? Like, your ability to just use, like, I don't even know if I want to call them bridges, but it's like he makes like 3 hooks as one. And then when you get to the real hook, you're like, oh yeah, but that part was just as catchy and I felt like I should be singing along. And before you know it, you just know the whole song, and it just makes sense, man. Like, it just makes sense. Like, nothing about this song structure. That was track number 14. We are on the final track next. Nothing about this song structure is unfamiliar. Nothing about this song structure is like brand new. It's very much textbook. But his ability to, again, just make very catchy songs that does show off his talents continuously, I love it, man. I just love it. I'm so happy with this whole album, man. Like, just Kenji is an artist, and I don't even know if I could pinpoint which song I enjoyed the most, because it literally just feels like Race Me to Hell is just one fucking 26-minute track that is just showing you again what Kenji is about. And as far as like a sample size, like that's a fat sample size. And if you're here, you're here, man. Like if you're in it to it, you're into it. And no one's going to take that from you. No one's going to stop that. I really do feel that way. Final track before we get out of here. It is track number 14, Long. This is Race Me to Hell, an album by Kenji. Let's go.
John? Nick, you're stupid.
Baby, you gotta excuse me. I've been running from my feelings for so long, so long. She didn't know me yesterday, and now she ripping my clothes off. If I touch you in my soul, you better ride till I'm frozen. I wanna have you as a whole, but you dividing your love off. Every day feel just like hell. breaking hearts was a crime. Why she tryna take control over me? You're too controlling for me. Baby, you gotta excuse me. I've been running from my feelings for so long, so long. She didn't know me yesterday, and now she ripping my clothes off. If I touch you in my soul, you better ride till I'm frozen. I wanna have you as a whole, but you dividing your love off. Every day feel just like hell when your head ain't on my shoulder. Baby, you gotta excuse me. I've been running from my feelings for so long, so long.
That was really good. That's one of my favorite songs off the whole thing, man. Like, that performance alone was enough for you to just be like, okay, yes, sir. If you were not sold, what the fuck are you doing with your ears? Like, how can you not hear this? That this guy just churns out hits and soon to be hits. I promise you that. That is undeniable. Kenji, as far as a sophomore project goes, a sophomore release, I enjoyed that very, very much, and it felt very much like a continuation and an expansion to, it's almost like a booster pack to the Tears and Pistols album. Like Tears and Pistols, it very much felt like all 8 tracks were very meticulously chosen, and probably some of these even existed at the time of that recording, but this just feels like a supplementary just like boost to your catalog, to where people are gonna have more stuff to go back to, people are gonna have more stuff to listen to, and the replayability of all your songs have the same level of just, yes, you can replay these things over and over and have no problem doing that, and that is very exciting. And as somebody who has been listening to your music and reacting to your music, man, like, I'm very much happy with the quality that you are producing at a ridiculous rate, and it's very exciting to see where your career is going to be going from here. Man, what did you think of Kenji's album, Race Me to Hell? How does it compare to Tears and Pistols? Let me know in the comment section below. Did you enjoy it? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope today is the day that I did earn your subscription. If not, let me know why. I would like to take all things into consideration in the comment section, so don't be afraid to do so. You can follow me on Twitter at YoGRRT, YoGRRTT, Instagram as well. Now INROTATION on those 2 platforms as well. Take care of yourselves, and that is all, you beautiful folks.